Take a look around today. Christmas seems to start in October, doesn't it? It's loud, it's rushed, it's expensive. People fighting over parking spots, maxing out credit cards for gadgets that'll be broken by February. But if you close your eyes and travel back with me just for a moment, you might remember a different kind of magic. The year is 1955. There are no smartphones lighting up the dinner table, no Amazon trucks rushing down the street, just the crunch of snow under your galoshes, the smell of a real pine tree strapped to the roof of a Chevy, and the soft glow of those bubbling lights on the tree. And the prices? Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I didn't have the proof. Imagine buying a brand new bicycle for $28. Imagine a Christmas dinner with all the trimmings for less than a $5 bill. And imagine a world where the wish book was the most important book in the house. But it wasn't just about the cheap prices. There was a specific toy, one iconic gift in 1955 that every child dreamed of. Today, it's a collector's item worth thousands. Back then, it was sitting under the tree. Let's go back to 1955 and see what Christmas really felt like. Long before the internet, we had something better. We had the book, the Sears Christmas Wish Book. Do you remember the weight of it? Over 600 pages of pure colored dreaming. It usually arrived in late August or September, and by December, the pages were worn thin, crinkled and circled in red pencil. You didn't click Add to Cart, you hoped. You studied that catalog like it was homework. And the shopping wasn't done with a thumb scroll. It was an event. You put on your Sunday best coat, you took the bus or drove the family station wagon downtown. Not the strip mall, downtown, Woolworths, J.C. Penney, the local department store with the animated window displays that actually moved. And remember layaway? You didn't just swipe a card. Your parents would go to the counter, pay $1 or $2 a week, and the clerk would stash those gifts in the back room. That receipt was a promise. It taught us something we've lost today: anticipation. Waiting for Christmas morning was almost better than the morning itself. Almost. Now, let's talk about what was actually inside those wrapped boxes. If you were a boy in 1955, there was one noise you wanted to hear on Christmas morning. Woo, woo! The Lionel electric train. In 1955, a basic Lionel train set, the locomotive, the coal car, the caboose, and the track, cost about $19.95. Now, $20 sounds like pocket change today, but in 1955, that was a serious gift. That was half a week's pay for some fathers, but it was made of metal. It smelled like ozone and oil. It lasted forever. And for the girls, it was often the Betsy Wetsy doll. She drank from a bottle, she wet her diaper. It was a miracle of modern 1950s engineering. The price? Around $5.98. Think about that. For $6, you got the premier toy of the year. Now, we can't forget the humbler toys, Mr. Potato Head. But I'm not talking about the plastic potato you buy today. Oh, no. In 1955, you got the eyes, the nose, and the ears, but you had to supply your own real potato. Price? 98 cents. Silly putty? $1. A brand new Monopoly board game? $4. But the most shocking price? A brand new shiny red Schwinn bicycle, the Freedom Machine. Today, a high-end bike can cost $1,000. In 1955, you could roll away on 2 wheels for $28 to $35. It wasn't just a toy. It was your ticket to the rest of the neighborhood. But the toys were only half the magic. It was the look of the house. Today, people hire designers to decorate their trees. Everything matches. It's perfect. It's cold. In 1955, the tree was a glorious mess. Let's talk about tinsel, not the garland wire we use now. I'm talking about icicles, those thin silver strands of lead foil. You threw them on the tree one by one, or if you were impatient, you threw them in clumps. Your mom probably scolded you. "Do it one strand at a time," she'd say, and you'd save that tinsel. You'd take it off carefully on New Year's Day and put it back in the box for next year. We didn't waste anything. And the lights. Who remembers the bubble lights? Those glass tubes filled with mystery liquid that would boil and bubble as they got hot. They were dangerous. They got incredibly hot, and they were the most beautiful thing in the world. Or maybe you were a modern family. Maybe you had the aluminum tree, silver branches, no lights on the tree itself. That was a fire hazard. Instead, you had the color wheel, a rotating plastic disc on the floor, projecting red, then blue, then green onto the shimmering silver. It felt like the future. It felt like the space age. By 2 p.m., the toys were unwrapped, the floor was covered in paper, and the house smelled incredible. It was time to eat. The 1955 Christmas dinner. Let's look at the grocery receipt from December 1955. A 15-pound turkey? It was about 39 cents a pound. That bird cost your dad less than $6. A bag of potatoes? 45 cents. 2 pounds of coffee for the percolator? $1.79. And of course, the fancy glass bottles of Coca-Cola for the kids, 6 bottles for 29 cents. And the menu wasn't exactly what we eat today. There was probably a Jell-O salad. Maybe it was green, maybe it was red, maybe it had fruit floating in it, or maybe vegetables. There were Parker House rolls, relish trays with olives and pickles. It wasn't gourmet, it was homemade. There was no ordering out. If Mom didn't cook it, you didn't eat it. We look at these prices, $20 trains, $6 turkeys, and we think, wow, they had it easy. But that's not really true, is it? People worked hard for that money. $20 was a lot. But what we really miss isn't the prices. We miss the presents. Look at the photos from 1955. What do you see? You see people looking at each other. There is no TV blaring in the background. No one is checking a text message. When you were there, you were there. The silence of a snowy night wasn't filled with notifications. It was filled with peace. We visited neighbors. We went caroling, actually knocking on strangers' doors to sing. Can you imagine doing that today? We sent Christmas cards, hundreds of them, and we taped every single one of them to the doorframe. We didn't have much. The gifts were smaller, the house was draftier, but the feeling was huge. What is your strongest memory from those days? Was it the smell of the bubble lights, the scratch of the wool coat, or maybe that one specific toy you finally got from the Sears catalog? I want you to tell me in the comments below. Let's build a list of memories down there. And if you want to keep traveling back in time with me, if you want to escape the modern noise for just 10 minutes a week, please click that subscribe button. Merry Christmas to you and your family. See you in the next memory.